What's going on, guys? This is Gene Jensen, and today I'm doing a video that's a little out of the normal. It's more of a public service announcement for those of you who have bought Bonafide kayaks. And I'm doing this for Bonafide Kayak because, well, basically the owner called me and asked me to do it. It's for those of you who bought the earlier model 127s and the 107s. They have found a little issue with the seat. And a lot of you guys have already heard about this. And I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to show you the fix that they have come up with in order to prevent that issue. But what I love about Bonafide kayaks is that when they do find a problem like this, you know, you build these kayaks, you try to plan for every possible thing to happen, and then there's always just a few things that pop up after people have put them to use that are small issues. And even the small issues, Bonafide really goes out of their way to make sure that they make it right. So this issue was basically with the bottom of the seat and with this part of the seat right here. The new seats, well, I'll get to that in a second. This part of the seat right here, when it's in the low position, and a lot of guys fish it out of low positions. I rarely ever do, so I never saw this problem, and that could be the reason why we didn't see it before they launched the boats, is because most of us fished in the high position. But when you fish in the low position, this little part of the seat right here rubs on this part of the kayak, and the rubbing eventually wears away the plastic and it causes issues. And Bonafide immediately stopped production of the seats, fix that problem. So all the new seats have a brand new part on this part of the kayak, or this part of the seat, that prevents that. But and then they also made some kits for you guys who own the ones that have this seat to be able to fix it. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to do a video, an instructional video, on showing you guys how to do what they're calling the seat upgrade kit, how to install that on your kayak. Now, first of all, probably the most important part of this video is those of you who have bought Bonafide kayaks, whether they're the older kayaks that they first originally made or the newest ones that have the seat update already on them. Go on their website, update your or register your kayak in their warranty system, mainly because if anything else pops up, you automatically get shipped the repairs. I love the fact that Bonafide goes in, spends their money to be able to create items to be able to fix the issues on their boat, and they do it instantly. But go in there and register your kayak, and it's real simple. You go on the website, you find register your kayak, click on it, name, address, serial number that you find on or the whole number that's on your kayak, and then also your dealer. You put your dealer wherever you bought your kayak from, and that's permanently in their database. And like I said, any repairs, any fixes, any of these little cool things that they send you to put on the kayak that they wanted, that they just basically send it to you for free. You do that, within a week, you get a little package just like this, and inside this package, which I think is really cool, not only did they give you the update kit to repair the issue, they sent you another little thing right here that basically one of the little pet peeves of some of the guys that fish these, when they go to stand up, a lot of guys slide their butts forward, and they found that when you slid your butt forward, the seat liked to collapse forward. I don't do that. I kind of scoot forward and stand up, and I never noticed that issue, but there's a lot of guys that do. And this little kit right here, I'm not going to install it in this video because it's really, really simple. It's basically a bungee cord that you tie onto the back of your boat, and it's got two clips that they were custom made for these seats that hold this seat down and keep it from flapping forward. I never saw a problem with it, but there's a lot of guys who did, so Bonafide went ahead and created that fix to basically alleviate that issue. Now, with the update kit, comes with a couple of pieces. These are the pieces that you're going to install. And another one of the things that they did, and they didn't have to do, is they added this little wedge right here. And this wedge is not to prevent the rubbing like I was talking about. It actually prevents the seat from sliding forward as well for those guys who scoot on the butt. So they really didn't have to do that to fix the problem that they found. They just went above and beyond to make sure it was right. And so we're going to talk about how to install these. The kit comes with a left and a right side part, and for you guys who are boat savvy, starboard and port side And then it comes with all the screws you need. And it also comes with a drill bit. So you really, the only tools that you need is you need a drill and a Phillips head screwdriver. This is a cool little drill bit. It's actually got drill bit on both sides. And that's all you really need is just a small little drill bit. All right, so let's get set up. I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right, so let's start by moving the seat out of the way. All right, I'm gonna lay all my parts out. And this is really self-explanatory. I just want to make sure you guys see it and see it done the right way. Honestly, I don't have a screwdriver, and I totally recommend that you use a screwdriver to put these screws in so you don't over torque the screws. What I do is I use a drill and I just make sure that the torque setting is below 6, usually 5 or 4. That way I don't over torque the screws. I would have a Phillips head screwdriver, but I guess my son dug into my toolbox, and yeah, they don't exist anymore. So anyway, so we're gonna start off and we're just gonna place these and make sure we have the right ones on the right side. You want the little wedge to go up against the side, down in this little pocket right here, right there. You see how that one sits and how this one sits just like this, okay? And it's basically, it's gonna end up sitting pretty flush. You want this edge right here, that edge right there, to be pretty much even all the way down. And so you hold it in place, get it about right, make sure the wedge is flat up against this part right here, and everything is pretty straight. And then try to aim your hole right dead in the center, or aim your drill bit right in the center of the hole. Okay, and so you've got one hole, and that's a start. I don't ever drill more than one hole when starting. That way you prevent the issue of having your holes in the wrong place. Okay, you grab one of the stainless steel screws. And drive it down in there. Then you just kind of slide, make sure that the wedge is right up against the side, so I'll push down that way. And yes, I only have one drill today. I usually have 2. Okay, go to the opposite corner. Drop a hole. Put screw in. Okay, now I can get away since it's totally solid. I've got one screw on each corner. As long as I'm aiming for the center of each of the holes. Let me up my torque just a little bit to make sure that drill bit stays in there right. All right. Aim for the center of each hole. You know, people ask, why so many screws? Well, there's not, it's thicker plastic than most kayaks, but there's still not so much plastic that if you just put a couple of screws in there, something might happen. So the more screws, the more friction you have, the better it's going to stay, and it's going to be more permanent. And if you can't do it right the first time, don't do it at all. And that's kind of how I see it. But you just basically just drop each screw down in there. Once again, if you're using a drill, make sure that your torque setting is set below 6. And that's it. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side, and it's fixed. And you won't have an issue with that thing rubbing. This is a lot thicker plastic. It's gonna last you a long time. It's gonna protect that part of your kayak. And like I said before, if Bonafide finds a problem, they fix the problem. They fix it free of charge for you guys. They send you the repair kits. That's what I love about them, is because they can basically manufacture these parts faster than any other company out there, and they really do take their customer service seriously. So once I say, so again, most importantly, register your kayak. Register it as soon as you possibly can. If you need one of these kits, they'll send one to you. Simple, 10 minutes, and you've got it put together, and you're done, and you're ready to go, and your kayak is protected. So, but like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. Introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out on the water, go out and catch some fish, and have a great day. We'll see you.